how to stop feeling judged. So you found this video because you're feeling judged. Somebody's judged you, or you've left a situation where you're like, oh my God, I'm totally feeling like they don't see me right now. I feel like I'm being judged for some reason. So if you're feeling all of that, then you found your way to the right video, and we are going to talk about how to stop feeling judged. And I'm going to take you somewhere that you might not have thought that you were going to go. So bear with me and get excited, because we're going to take a little journey into the energy of judgment. My name is Monica Reyes, and I am a TEDx speaker. I'm founder of MonicaEReyes.com. I am a Kundalini yoga instructor and a spiritual life coach. And today we're going to talk about how to stop feeling judged. So if you are feeling judged, and this is the experience, this is the response you're having, right? Somebody said something, somebody did something, and now your response is, I am feeling judged. So I invite you to think about, I'm going to take you into the first principle that we're going to talk about in energetics, right? Quantum physics. So in every moment, we are co-creating our reality, okay? When we're saying, I am feeling judged, this is a response to what we're feeling, and so life is happening to me in this moment when we say that statement. And so I invite you to start to think about life like life is happening for me, because it is. You are creating, you're co-creating with the universe. You are creating your reality, observing it into being. It's been scientifically proven by science, by quantum physics. And so when we take it there, we can take ownership and responsibility. Okay, so I felt judged, and I was supposed to feel that way. I chose to feel judged. I co-created that. So why did I create a situation where I would then feel judged, right? It now allows us to step out of blame, which is actually the first stage of spiritual growth. The first stage of spiritual growth, this life is happening to me. I blame, I'm in denial. This is, I'm a victim to my circumstances. But then when we step into stage 2, we move into ownership. All right, so I created this. And so I created this to feel this way. Okay, so what within me created this, right? And so then we move into that second principle of energy. The second principle of energetics is this entanglement. It's called the quantum physics theory of entanglement. And it's not a theory, it's truth. It's already been proven many, many times over. And this idea is that it's this mirror effect, right? That we affect our other people, our energy, and vice versa. We do that, right? The minute that two particles, two electrons come together and they interact in some way, they're now what's called entangled. And once they're entangled, they affect each other simultaneously. And so this is what's happening with you. You have co-created, something within you has created an experience of feeling judged, which means through the principle of quantum physics that you are experiencing judgment because you are judging. Let me say that again. You are experiencing judgment because somewhere along the line, you are judging, right? And so sometimes it's a little hard to swallow when we're moving from that stage 1 to stage 2 of this is happening to me, this is happening for me, to I'm creating this reality. But I'm going to tell you that at first it kind of sucks. It does when you're taking responsibility for it, because there's a part of us that wants to blame. Like, no, you're doing this to me. But then once you realize that you're creating it and you're like, okay, fine. So I'm creating it. Okay, great. So I get to create something new. Oh my God, I'm so powerful. Oh my God, I'm so empowered. We move into the stage of empowerment, and then we get to create what we really want. But when you get to see that you're creating this by judgment, by you judging, then you get to take ownership, and then you get to say, okay, great. So a really great tool that we get to use here that I'd love to invite you to use is called the Ho'oponopono. So it's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And so we're not forgiving, right? There's not really forgiveness here, because forgiveness I've learned from my friend Dr. Aaron Wilkerson. He talks about forgiveness and how forgiveness implies a victim and a persecutor, which is like one of the most powerful revolutionary ideas that I've heard, but it's true, right? So we're not asking for forgiveness, and we're not trying to receive forgiveness. What we're doing here is we're taking full responsibility for the creation. We're also accepting the fact that it's all perfect and that it's divine, and that if this is happening, that it's supposed to happen. There is an element of exactness and order, and that if it exists, then it has a reason to exist, right? And so there's all of this element of acceptance and responsibility that's intertwined here, so that we don't have to feel the suffering and resistance. I don't like it. I want this to go away. I feel judged. I'm a victim. And so, we're moving again more and more into this feeling of empowerment. Now, and so let's just use the Ho'oponopono quickly. So the Ho'oponopono says, I'm sorry. And so why am I sorry I got judged? Well, if you're the co-creator, if you're creating this too, then you get to take responsibility. So I'm sorry. I am sorry. And before we move in that, so the Ho'oponopono is this mantra for reconciliation. It's a very powerful mantra that was, it's like from the Hawaiian history. And they believe that by saying these statements, you take responsibility, you clear the subconscious because you take responsibility for your creation. And if anything in your world, anything comes in your awareness, then it is also your co-creation. Very, very powerful. So sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for creating a reality where you judged me. I'm sorry for judging you, where because I judged you, or I judged someone in my life, I distorted your energy, and now you went and created me and judged me. And I'm sorry because it probably didn't feel good. It's not in your highest and best interest. It's not your most divine self. So I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for creating this reality. Please forgive me for distorting your energy in that way, for having you show up in this way. Thank you for showing up in this way. Thank you for being in that role, for choosing to be in that role in this life so that you can be this person to show me this lesson. Thank you for showing me where I still have room to grow, where I am still judging, and where I get to now see where I can grow and live life through curiosity. And I love you because you are doing this for me. I love you because we're all one. I love you because when I love you, I love myself. So I know it's, if you haven't heard of the Ho'oponopono, sometimes it's a little different, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful. And you don't have to go through all those steps. You can just say the 4 statements on their own. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. But I like to take it a step further because it really hits home, and you can really expand into the feeling, which is what it's all about. So we're not forgiving, we're taking ownership. You are finding, now you get to go from this place of, okay, what part of me created this? And now it's like, okay, so where am I judging in my life? And the thing about judgment, it's nothing, not right or wrong, it just is. But judgment creates labels. And what you'll see about judgment is that judgment stops us from appreciating life. It stops us from having insights. It stops us from living life with curiosity. It stops us from being in the moment. It stops us from having a deep appreciation of what is, of acceptance. And so really, when you live life from that observer place of like, this is what is, like you are who you are, and I don't need you to be anything else than you are. This situation is exactly as it is, and I don't need it to be anything that it is. It stops us from suffering. It stops us from living in story, and it allows us to be free. Living without judgment is freedom. And so, but it always starts with you, right? Your internal landscape affects the external reality. And so this is an opportunity for you. So I'm happy you found your way into this video. I bet you didn't expect that little twist, but it's the truth. It's the truth, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you the truth. I'm not here to give you the answers. I'm here to guide you back to who you really are, and who you really are is magnificent. You are magnificent. You are the universe. You are amazing. Thank you so much. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please comment below if you have anything you want to mention. If you have anybody to share this with, please go ahead and share it. And if you like these types of videos, please hit the subscriber button and hit the bell, because you will get a notification every time a new video is released by me. So thank you so much. It's been such an honor. Thank you for coming and sharing your time with me and watching my video. And as always, make it a great day.